Okay, everyone, so I have officially started recording, so I'm going to go ahead and do our Command Compliance 201 class. This is talking more about how you use Docusign and how that incorporates back into Command for compliance. So I do have a 101 that really walks you through how you get your Docusign account physically started and created and then connected back into Command. And then the steps that you have to take inside of Command before making that sync and link back into now Docusign to have access to those documents. You need to make sure you have whatever client you are working on in the transaction. You need to have their information inputted into your contacts database in Command. And then you also need to create an opportunity for that specific transaction that you're working on, whether you're working with a listing or with a buyer. Once you've created that opportunity, you can then have access to those documents and those checklists so that you know what you need to get completed for that type of transaction. So I clicked on the opportunities icon over here in the left-hand panel, which are the two hands that are shaking. And I clicked on all opportunities to show every single opportunity that I've ever created. Now, all of these that I have here are obviously going to be just test rooms and test opportunities because I am not an actual active agent. So I'm not doing any actual live transactions. This first one here is what I'm going to use for now. When I click on that, it automatically brings me into the details of my opportunity. But I want to look at my physical checklist of documents that are required for a listing, which is the opportunity that I've created here. So I click on this Documents tab, which automatically brings me into my checklist of documents. So this is going to show on the left-hand side here, 3 different parts of once you're going into a transaction for a listing. When you're just listed, when you're officially under contract, and once you actually are closing, there are going to be different checklists for each one of those points in the transaction process. And there are going to be a list of certain required documents for that part of the transaction, okay? So for example, when you are officially getting a listing, one required bit of information is a fully executed listing agreement. You also have that KW specific seller's disclosure. That is a required bit of information as well. All of these documents, again, how you're viewing them now, you do not actually have access to them here. You see I'm clicking this and it's not pulling up any documents. That's because, again, this is just a checklist and it's also a placeholder for you to upload your documents once they're signed. So right now, this is just letting you know what you need to upload here in Command for compliance, okay? So the next step now to officially be linked to Docusign is through this Documents tab in Command. You go to the top right-hand corner where it says Go to Transaction. This is what's going to make that link with Docusign, okay? So I click Go to Transaction. It's going to open a new tab to Docusign, and you are going to log in to your account that you created. And once you get signed in, it's automatically going to bring you into a room, which for .loop, it was called the loop. So just to kind of keep something similar for you so that you can see the similarities there. So Docusign just calls it a room, but it's basically the same thing. It's where it's the name of a transaction, that it's like a file for your transaction that you're dealing with that holds all of your documents. So when you initially go in here, obviously you're not going to have anything in this room in this Documents tab because you would have just created the room. As you can see in mine, I've already uploaded documents. I've already sent some of them off to be signed, so you're seeing some of those different documents there. But again, once you create that room for the first time, this will all be blank, okay? Before you even start thinking about adding documents, you need to go into this details tab over here in the top left and fill out as much of this information as you know, okay? Once you fill out anything in here, it is going to autofill in any document that you upload into your room, okay? So everything on the left-hand side of this form here is information about the transaction and the location of the property and all of that. Listing details, offer details for once you actually have an offer, closing details, and other additional information, property details is on the left-hand side. Everything on the right-hand side has to deal with the people involved in the transaction. For example, it's going to show 2 sellers because you could have a husband and wife, or you could just have 1 seller. And it also gives you a place for 2 listing agents, which that doesn't usually happen very often, but it gives you the space to add 2 people. Again, it has 2 places for buyers and 2 places for a buying agent, okay? So to be able to edit and add any information on this page, you have to click this edit button here in the top right, and it's going to actually open up the fields so you can type in there. I've gone ahead and already added a seller here. I have their first and last name, phone number, email address. Again, add however much information you want here. I do recommend, though, at least having their full name, legal name here, please, because it is going to autofill on documents, and the email address that you plan on sending the documents to. Okay, so that's really all you need for the people that are involved. But again, if you want to provide more information here, it's completely up to you. So after you add any information in here, you need to hit this blue save button in the bottom right to actually make sure that information is saved. Then you can go back into your documents and actually start uploading documents, okay? Where you're going to go to upload those documents is, again, top right, where it says add. This drop down pops up here. You're going to go to Docusign Forms. Now, if you've never been in Docusign before, this window is going to pop up asking for your NRDS number, which is also the number that you use to log into the MLS. So it's your MLS ID. It's usually a 9-digit number. Okay, so you want to input that in there. You want to choose the association that you're a part of, which is the Florida Association of Realtors, or FAR for short. And then you would save, and it will bring you on to the next page. Again, like I said, I'm not an agent, so I do not have an NRDS number, so I'm skipping this page. But once you fill this out once, you will never have to come back, and it won't ask you for this information again, okay? So I am skipping this page. But let's say I added my NRDS number and I chose FAR and I hit save. It'll bring me automatically to this exact same page, okay? This is going to give you access to any forms in Docusign that we have already submitted and have had templated for you, so you can go in and fill them out. So you have 2 ways to look up these documents, whether in a library view that's going to show you every single possible document in alphabetical order, or you can view it in groups. So groups here is exactly like how it was in Dotloop. We have gone ahead and packaged together certain documents for you that go along in a specific transaction. So for example, here I've selected groups, and these are the groups that it is going to show me: an as-is contract package, a FAR contract package, referral paper, work, and a residential listing package. So if I were to hit as is contract, it would show all of the documents here. Again, since I do not have an NRDS number, it's not showing me the majority of the documents because I do not have permission to view them. Okay, so if you've inputted your NRDS number, you should see several different contracts and forms here that are not currently viewing on my screen. Okay. But if I go to library views now, it's going to give me an option on my end. I can only see our KW specific forms and our Stellar MLS forms. But for you guys, you will also have another option for FAR documents, or Florida Association of Realtor documents, okay? So the FAR document is a live feed of every single current document that is available for a Florida Association Realtor, okay? So since I don't have access to FAR documents, I'm going to click on our Keller Williams specific documents. And this is going to show me our office specific forms. For example, this KW seller's disclosure, since I'm currently in a listing opportunity, that is what I would need in my room here. It shows already a check mark here, so I've already uploaded that document and it is currently in my room. I'm going to go ahead and click on this referral agreement just to show you what the process looks like of adding a new document. So once I clicked on that, it does officially bring up this add button. So I would click add and it's going to upload it into my room. So here is that document officially added. It shows the date that I added it here as well, just for your reference. To actually view and start preparing the document and filling it in preparation of sending it off for signatures, you would just click on the document like so, and it's going to load it up and pop it up here a little larger. So you can actually view and start completing this document, okay? So all of these boxes you can physically click into and start typing anything if you wanted. And you would go through the entire document and fill out all of that. Now these pieces down here that's asking for the signatures, it's not going to let you do anything in there. This is just for you to prepare the documents. This is not allowing you to sign anything yet. I'll show you where that step is incorporated in. So once you've gone through each document that is uploaded in your room and you filled them out in these extra pop-up windows, you want to save and close every single one that you fill out to make sure what you've inputted again has saved to that document. So now I'm ready to go ahead and send my completed documents off for signature. So this top left-hand corner has a little circle on it when you hover over it. By clicking in that circle, it turns blue and it has shown that you have now selected that document. This window up here pops up of a toolbar of other things you can do now with that document. And I want to notify and select this Docusign button because that's going to allow me to send it off for signatures. So I'm clicking on the little pen. It's now going to bring me into what Docusign calls an envelope. This is basically preparing the email for what your client or other party is going to see in their email asking them to sign the documents. So if you have multiple documents, it'll show a list of those documents one by one here. Again, I've only selected one document to send, so that's why it only shows one, okay? So I am now going to choose who I want to sign the documents. So I'm choosing a recipient down here. The best option here to use as often as you can is this first one, this pre-tagged role. This is going to save you a ton of time. So you want to select this as often as you can. In order to use pre-tagged role, however, you needed to have gone into that details tab first and provide that information about who the people that are participating in this transaction are. So based off of the document that I've uploaded into my room and into this envelope, it is showing that these roles are available for me to assign. So I'm going to do a sending agent and I'm going to do a receiving agent. I'm probably going to use myself in both, but we'll see here who it's going to give me options to use. I might just use someone random. So my name is showing up here because it's my account. So I'm going to use myself here. And even though I listed John Doe in the details as my seller, I'm just going to use him for this situation as a receiving agent, okay? Just so you can see what this looks like. So I've selected who the people are that are associated with each role. and I'm going to click Add Selected, and it's now showing you the sending agent is associated with myself and my email, and the receiving agent is associated with John Doe, and his email is provided there as well. In these boxes, it shows that they both need to sign. If that was not the case, if they're just wanting to view or receive a copy, you could click on this and it gives you the option to choose the different roles of how they need to, what they need to, the different actions, sorry, not the roles, the different actions they need to be doing with this contract. Okay, but I'm going to leave them to needs to sign. And now I'm going to hit the top right-hand corner where it says next to continue forward. This does not send it. You are not sending these documents at this time. You are just now viewing what the receiving people are going to see on their end. So it's showing here the document. I didn't fill any of this stuff out, but you should have already filled all of this out. And you're just scrolling down here to verify that where the people, your participants, where they need to sign have in fact been assigned to them. So sending agent here, I had listed myself, and the receiving agent I had listed as John Doe. So if you look up here in the top left, here's this drop-down bar, and it's showing the two participants that I've put in the room. John Doe, again, was the receiving agent. So it has him as yellow, and you see here that that is correct. It has been assigned correctly. And then my name here is assigned with blue, and I was the sending agent. So again, it shows it right there in the correct locations. So this document has been prepared correctly, and the signature fields have also been assigned correctly. So this is what it would look like when you're doing a pre-tagged role. If you do not do a pre-tagged role, none of these colored fields are going to be here for you. It's going to be completely blank, and you would have to select your person, your participant up here, and drag and drop the correct field here for them to have access to sign. Okay? So you would literally have to toggle between each person and pull them over. So again, pre-tagged roles are going to save you a bunch of time. So I viewed this, everything is correct. I'm now ready to send it off to the participants. So I would just click the send button in the top right, and it will now send it to those emails that you provided. So they will get an email notifying them that they have received documents to sign with Docusign. They can click on a little blue button that says view documents. It'll take them into the email and physically walk them through signing the documents. It's super easy. Once they have signed documents, you will get an email letting you know that those documents have been signed, and you can come back in. I'm just going to X out of this because I don't need to save this. You would then be able to go back into your specific room for that transaction, select envelopes, and it would show you everything that you've sent, anything that you're waiting on people to sign, or anything that's been completed. So this one says it's waiting for others. If I were to click on this, it's going to show if anyone has signed it and who that is and who you're still waiting on. So it shows here that I have signed this, but we're still waiting on this person here. So that's nice. This completed document, it shows you that this person has officially signed it. You can view it, and it's going to show you once you click on this link here, it's going to pull it up and officially show the document and the signature on here. Okay, and it timestamps it and everything for you. So you can go into those documents here and view them to confirm that everything was completed correctly. Okay, so I verified that this has been signed. I am now ready to do the last bit of compliance inside of Command. So I'm going back to this tab up here in Command, and I'm going to find the field here that says KW. Which one should I do? I did a referral, so let's go to the referral. Okay, so we'll go to the referral form signed by all parties. I'm going to click add a file, and it gives you the option, if you did not use Docusign, you can manually upload them by clicking here to browse your computer and pulling over a document. Or if you did use Docusign, you would click this Docusign button, and it's now going to show you every single document that is currently in your room that is associated with just this opportunity. So it's not going to show you every single document that you have in your Docusign. It's only associated with this opportunity, okay? So for example, here is that referral agreement that I uploaded in there. However, I did not have it signed and completely executed. So it's only going to show me the unsigned version here. For example, this Keller Williams Sellers disclosure, it has two options here for me to choose. One of them says signed. So obviously that's the fully executed completed document with the signatures on it. So that is the one that you would want to select. So if I had the referral agreement signed, I would look for the one that says referral agreement -signed PDF. And I would click on that for just the purpose of showing you. I'm going to show you what this looks like. So I'm clicking on the referral agreement and assign. This did this the last time too. There we go. And it automatically is going to upload a link here for you into Command. When you click on that, it's going to show you a preview of that document. So in fact, you can see that it was the correct one with the signature and all of that. And as you can see here, obviously, I haven't filled anything out. There's no signatures. But as long as you click the signed document when you're viewing, it'll bring it over the correct document. So once you've gone through here and added files for everything that's required of you, and you have an official closing date in sight, you want to make sure that you click Submit to MC so that Alex now has access to view these documents. You would then either use green sheets if you wanted to, or you could submit your disbursement authorization through the Commissions tab, which we will do just like a specific webinar on explaining what that commission tab looks like. But just for compliance, you need to get your documents wherever they are signed uploaded here and then submit to MC so Alex can view them for compliance. Okay, so it's honestly a very simple process. It's just a little bit different than what we're used to with Dotloop. With the old system, everything was just in Dotloop. You didn't have to upload them anywhere else, and the office could view them. That has now changed. The required piece that you need to keep in mind through this process and through this change is even if going forward you're using Dotloop, we will not have access to go into Dotloop to look at your documents. You still have to come here into Command and upload and add your files here for compliance, okay? Dotloop, you can also still connect to Command. It does integrate. I'm just taking the time really to show you guys how to use Docusign because that is, again, what we're transitioning to and what the office is paying for you. So if you want to learn more about Dotloop and connecting that, you can always reach out to me if that is a choice that you are making. You're wanting to stay with Dotloop. You can shoot me an email, you can shoot me a text, you can call me here at the Sarasota office and I can answer those questions for you. But now that I've gone through over anything, if you guys want to unmute yourself and ask me any questions, feel free. Did you have any questions, Kathy?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a purchase agreement and I got it out to my buyers last night. They signed it and returned it, and I wish I had paid attention or known this because I did everything all manually with those little dragging all their signatures. That's okay, it doesn't matter. I've learned. My signature should be in there, right? If I'm creating it, because there are a couple of places where we as the agent have to sign.
Yes, you would have had to add yourself as a recipient as well to then be
I
able to
didn't.
sign
So
it.
how do I go back in? Do I have to create another envelope and send to myself as a recipient?
Yes. So if you have the completed document, when you're in here in your documents, you're going to see the signed document that your
Yes.
clients have already signed. If you select that one and create another envelope with it and then just have yourself as the only participant, you'll be able to go in and sign it yourself.
Okay. Then once I do that, then I can send it to the seller's agent.
Correct.
Okay. Now, assuming the seller's agent is going to present it to the seller, I'm thinking the seller's probably going to sign it manually.
Okay.
So then the seller's agent will return it to me, and then I would just upload completely signed documents the way you just explained for compliance.
Correct. Yep. So if they sign it manually and she emails it back to you just as like an attachment in a regular email, not through Docusign, don't worry about getting that fully executed document uploaded into your room. Worry about getting it in directly into command. So you would go into your command, you would have saved that attachment onto your computer. You would then go to add a file, do it manually, browse your computer and find that document and upload it that way.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about putting it back in the room.
Correct.
Okay.
Just make sure it gets into command in the long run. So I understand that sometimes when with different agents that don't want to use Docusign or they want to just do everything manually, you can still have your clients sign in Docusign and then send it to the other agent and they can do whatever they want with it, whether it's print it out, upload it to their .loop account and then add those fields for signatures in there. They can transition that document to any platform.
Okay. And then I remember in .loop, you were able to add other parties other than just listing and selling agents. Specifically, if I want Tammy from Real Pro Leverage in, how do I give her access to the documents? Or does she need them? I thought she needed them at some point.
Yeah. Once you officially have like an executed contract and you've gotten those all signed, you can add her in this people tab here to have access to this whole room. So you would have to add her on each room. So right now it's showing that like the admin of Keller Williams has access to all of my rooms. And me, myself, because I am the owner of this account, I have access to the room. But if I went on here and added Tammy, she would also be able to view rooms. So you could invite her here by putting the email and her first and last name and what side she's on and what her role is. So if she was on the side and
so you invite different people in, like a mortgage person, like Glenn. If Glenn, invite him into a specific room.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all, like, because they don't need to be
much.
signing anything. They just need to see the documents, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Is that what best practices? Is that what we do?
Huh?
Is that what we normally do? Let them have access to it in case they had to view anything?
Either you could do it that way, or when you're choosing your envelopes and you're choosing your participants, you could list them and their email address.
Good. If you show me that, because I did not see that as an option. I saw predefined roles.
So if I'm just clicked on that, I'm clicking here, I'm going to add recipient. I could do just by like,
okay.
And then type in their info and then change this to just needs to view or needs to receive a copy.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So on that situation, you could say, okay, they only need to see this one document for like a mortgage person. You probably don't want them seeing every single document. You just have one specific one that they need to see.
Right, the
So
contract, for
that's what I
example.
would recommend in that situation. For a transaction manager, for like Tammy, she's going to want to have access to the full room because she's going to be doing multiple transactions for you with different contracts.
Thank you.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions for me? Do you want to talk with me after? Does that answer everything for you?
I think that takes care of everything.
Okay, so you're just waiting.
You covered what I needed to know today. Thank you.
Yeah, so once you send off that document and the offer, if for whatever reason they blow a stink about you not using their platform, give us a
Right.
call. Either again, talk to Kieran, and like I said, Greg and Joanne are here right now. So if they do something today and they make a mistake, give us a call, and as long as they're still here, we'll be able to figure it out. Or we'll give you Greg's direct number. I would say you'd want them, the brokers, to talk to each other and work that scenario out.
Got it.
But hopefully they just accept it. I would hope they would.
I hope so too.
People are special.
I know it. Hopefully they will.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yes, my pleasure. Well, that ends today's call, everyone. Again, I did record this, so I will go ahead and post it on our Facebook page as well. So if you need to watch it again, that is uploaded there. I do also have a YouTube channel created with our playlist on there with all 3 videos that I've done, because I forgot to record the first one. But I will have all of those videos on that YouTube channel as well. So you can go on there and view them there. So I'll upload all of that so you'll have access. So thanks for joining, guys. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Happy Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.